The 115 charges facing Manchester City stem from an extensive Premier League investigation into alleged breaches of financial regulations over nearly a decade, from 2009 to 2018. The charges encompass a variety of alleged infractions, including providing inaccurate financial information, failing to disclose proper details of payments to players and managers, and violating UEFA's Financial Fair Play (FFP) rules. While the club denies all charges and asserts that they have a comprehensive body of irrefutable evidence to support their case, the hearing, which began in September 2023, marks a critical moment for Manchester City and English football. The most significant portion of the charges, 54 in total, relates to the club's alleged failure to provide accurate financial information during the years in question. The Premier League requires clubs to submit financial reports that accurately reflect revenue, including sponsorship income and operating costs. The league claims that Manchester City failed to meet this obligation from 2009 to 2018, raising questions about how the club was funded and whether they adhered to financial regulations. Another 14 charges allege that Manchester City did not properly disclose payments to players and managers. These payments are meant to be transparent and declared to the Premier League, ensuring that clubs do not attempt to circumvent wage limits or inflate their financial standing. The investigation suggests that the club misrepresented these figures, potentially inflating their financial position and giving them an unfair advantage. Additionally, 5 charges focus on City's failure to comply with UEFA's Financial Fair Play (FFP) regulations between 2013 and 2018. FFP rules were designed to ensure that clubs do not spend more than they earn, fostering financial stability in European football. Manchester City's alleged violation of these rules during this period could have allowed them to maintain high levels of spending on transfers and wages while avoiding the penalties typically associated with such infractions. Beyond the financial misreporting, 7 charges are tied to the Premier League's Profit and Sustainability Rules, PSR, which are similar to UEFA's FFP but apply specifically to English football. These rules were introduced to prevent clubs from accumulating excessive debt or spending beyond their means. City's alleged breaches of these rules from 2015 to 2018 further complicate the case, as it suggests systematic non-compliance with key financial governance frameworks within both English and European football. The final 35 charges, covering a period from 2018 to 2023, accuse Manchester City of failing to cooperate with the Premier League's investigation. This includes not providing requested documents and information necessary for the inquiry, further exacerbating the seriousness of the situation. City's reluctance or inability to provide the information sought by the Premier League could imply attempts to conceal evidence, leading to questions about the transparency of their financial operations. This legal battle has brought the club's meteoric rise under the ownership of Abu Dhabi United Group into sharp focus. Since the group's takeover in 2008, Manchester City has become one of the most dominant forces in world football, winning 8 Premier League titles, numerous domestic cups, and the coveted UEFA Champions League. The financial muscle behind this success has always been a point of discussion, but the charges suggest that the club may not have adhered to the strict financial frameworks in place during this period. Manchester City, for their part, strongly deny the allegations. They maintain that the charges are based on incomplete or misunderstood information, much of which was originally obtained through illegal means. The club has previously pointed out that the emails leaked by German newspaper Der Spiegel, which sparked the investigation, were obtained through hacking and that the context in which the information was presented was distorted. The legal team defending Manchester City is formidable. Led by Lord Pannick KC, who famously helped the club overturn a 2-year UEFA competition ban in 2020, the club has assembled some of the most high-profile legal experts in the country. Pannick's team will likely argue that City's financial conduct has been misrepresented and that they adhered to the regulations to the best of their ability, leveraging the irrefutable evidence the club claims to possess. One of the most critical aspects of this case is how long it has taken to reach this point. The Premier League investigation started over 4 years ago, and legal proceedings are expected to last around 10 weeks. Given the complexities involved, a final verdict is not expected until early 2025, meaning Manchester City will continue to operate under a cloud of uncertainty for some time. Should the charges be proven, the consequences for Manchester City could be severe. Penalties for financial breaches in football have ranged from points deductions to expulsion from competitions and hefty fines. Given the scale of the allegations, a combination of these punishments is possible, which could significantly impact the club's future success and standing in English and European football. On the other hand, if Manchester City successfully defends themselves against the charges, it would vindicate their financial model and strengthen their position as one of the most powerful clubs in world world football. The club would likely seek compensation for legal costs, which are expected to reach tens of millions of pounds. This could, in turn, have implications for the Premier League, as the league's costs are typically shared among the 20 member clubs. The broader implications of the case extend beyond Manchester City. It raises questions about the financial practices of top clubs in Europe and the effectiveness of regulatory bodies like the Premier League and UEFA. Should City be cleared, it could undermine confidence in the financial oversight of football, while a guilty verdict may prompt stricter enforcement of financial regulations across the sport. Ultimately, this case represents a crucial test for the integrity of football's financial governance. Whether Manchester City is found guilty or innocent, the outcome will likely have far-reaching consequences for how clubs operate financially, the role of oversight bodies, and the competitive balance in European football.